Good morning to everyone. In this video we are going to discuss about string functions. We all know that string is a basic data type support in Python, and here in this string it's an important point to be noted here is so it is an immutable data type. So why we call it as a immutable data type is we can't able to change once it is defined, right? So let's check for some examples. Text equal to here this is a string and the text is a string. Let's try to change some characters in the string. We all know that the indexing can be used. Let's take, I want to change it to any character, right? So we'll get an error, right? So which is string object does not support item assignment, right? Because string is a immutable data type and you cannot able to change, right? So change any of the once it is defined, it cannot be changed. That's why it is an immutable data type, right? And regarding string, we can able to perform string slicing, right? So string slicing supports this operator called square bracket. So let's check for it. So string can be sliced through the bracket, right? Look at this text of the square bracket followed by there is a three arguments it accepts, right? First argument is a start, second argument is a it should be separated by colon, right? So let's check for it. So first address is the start of the search, and second is the end of the search, and followed by the third one is incrementation step, right? Let's check for. I just want to slice the string from 1 to 6, right? So this is the string I just want to. So right from first character to sixth character, it has split it, right? It has sliced, right? So if I want to test for text of, you will be having one more argument, one more parameter, right? It's not a argument, right? Since it is separated by colon, so comma 6 colon. Let's take 2, right? So which means that if you see, you can able to see that. So first it starts from the first character and ends by sixth character, and each time two alphabet is getting changed, right? So in the previous one it has changed, the incrementation is by character, whereas here it leaves one particular character between it, right? So each iteration, it's almost like a incrementation, right? So we can call that we can correlate this functionality to incrementation operator, right? Incrementation is nothing but one by one, either it is I equal to I plus 1 or else I equal to I plus 2. So such type of scenario it is working here. So that is what that incrementation, right? So text of let's see some good examples here. Let's increase the range so that we can able to have a good understanding. So I'm starting from the first character, and I'm going to have up to 15 characters, and I'm going to increment all the three next characters, right? So by every three characters it will get printed. Look at K, G, E, I, E, right? So for right from first three characters, right from 0th character to 15th character, right? So it goes for example, if you take the 15th character, so it starts from K to, so this is 5, sixth one empty space will be considered as one more character, and here engineering 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, so 9 plus 6, so up to R. So this is what the 0 to 15 characters. It will take only the three characters. First character it will take, so K will come, and it leaves two characters and takes G character, so that's why G gets printed, and it leaves U and a space, and it takes E, and then N, G left out, and I is printed, and so NE is lifted, leaved, and E is printed. So this is how it works, right? This is what the operator that is used for slicing of your strings, right? And when you take string functions are there is a huge support for string functions available. So in this scenario, we can able to see that what are all the functions we have a support for strings, right? So if you enter any string, right, let's take txt dot. So there is a huge support for library functions in case of string, right? If you enter any text, right, so any string, and if you press control alter, so it will show what are all the support functions available in case of it is not displaying. Okay, let's s equal to, I'm typing Kungu and yes dot. So you have a support function, set of support functions in case of, look at these much number of functions that is supported in case of a string. Let's see one by one what are all the major functionalities. So first one is capitalize, right? So this capitalize function is nothing but it's a capitalized version of your string, which means the first character will get printed, right? Let's check for to make sense, we'll go for some other text equal to, let's take you should not go with the title case, right? Let's take, I'm going to have a normal string without title case letters. Okay, so txt dot capitalize, if you then it will display the capitalized character, which is the first character, right? So that is what capitalize function is, right? And let's text to dot. So I want to go for case fold, right? So here case fold is also another function, so which is also taking care of the capital letter and small letter cases. It will capitalize all the first character of all words, right? So it's converts it to the small cases, right? Because there is a huge number of functions that exist. So case folders, it is converting it to small case letters, right? So that is what case fold function is. And center, right? So this is another function, so that returns a centered string of length defined, right? So here you need to define certain length, right? So let's take I need to define 30 as my length, right? Okay, let's go for longer size, because the defined string Congo Engineering College is having longer size. Let's go for 50, right? And you want to print it with, okay, you can be able to see, right? Look at so it has to be centered alignment, and with this already defined it is 50, and Congo Engineering College is defined with the within the width, right? Which means it is centered alignment, right? We all know that in terms of word. So it is a left alignment, there is a right alignment, and there is a central alignment. So we defined 50 as the total width for the string, and here it is center aligned, right? Your string is center aligned, so that is how it works. And go for the next function. So what is that? Here it is count, right? Count is nothing but it's a substring calculation, right? So substring in the sense where you want to, for example, let's take I need to count how much number of occurrences, right? So let's go for okay, I need to specify some string here. It's a substring calculation, alright. So yes, it occurrences is 1. Actually it has to be printed like print of text dot count of, then only it prints the actual value. Yes, so it occurrences is 1, right? So if you take any other let's take let's make sense, we'll have one more string. Okay, we have, it always checks for the first initial character, always first occurrence, but and print of a dot count. Let's take Congo. So it's a total number of occurrences. No, it says some different part of information. Okay, let's check out what is that. Count returns number of times a specified value occurs in the string. So Okay, yes. Unfortunately, here it is small k because it's a case sensitive language. So small k will not be considered as a k capital Congo. So the here capital Congo is the string I am searching for. So it prints 2, right? So number of occurrences of Congo with the k as caps is 2 times, right? So that way it returns right, right? And next string is let's go for text. Dot. Okay, next one is encode is nothing but it encodes the characters, right? So for example, if you want to encode, you want to choose proper encoding mechanism, right? So let's take I am going to have it as ASCII. I am going for ASCII characters of encode, so you can give it as ACII, so it will encode, right? So it will be in a form of different format, right? So there are plenty of encoding mechanisms that exist. We don't want that. Let's go for the next one. And ends with, right? So ends with is for example, let's take I'll take some meaning, some senseful information. Let's take good morning as my string, right? And I'm going to have a character, or else anything it may be, right? You can take anything. Okay, and now I want to check for ends with as the function, and I need to specify any searching thing here, right? Look at, yes. So it says it returns either it is true or not. It returns a boolean value, right? Either it is true or not, right? For example, I am searching for the same ends with function with some other character. Here it returns false, right? So yes. So you'll be having some optional parameters also, right? So which means I want to start my search and ends my search somewhere. So here I need to it has to be a dot ends with of here I need to specify the optional parameters, right? Let's take here that ends character next argument you need to specify, right? So look at the first one is suffix and start and end, right? Start and end can be defined either where you want to start from and when you want to where you want to close, right? So all those things you can. Let's take I'm going to start from 5 and I need to go for until 20, right? So this is you can able to define, right? And if it says true, because we don't know how much number of length of your string, but we defined for maximum size as 20. So it started from 5 and it goes up to 20 characters. So it wants to, because the end of the string is having that exclamatory mark as the end of the string. So that's why it takes true, right? So if it is not, it will it will return false. So it is a boolean function that returns either true or else false, right? And next function is we'll go with text. So we have different so next one is expands tab, right? So here this expands tab is it's a tab size, right? So for example I have a string called, let's take always string has to be altered. So let's take Congo /t and engineering /t. We have one more tab space here, right? Okay, let's take this as my string and the text dot. I'm going to have expand tab as my function to increase the tab size. By default the tab size is 8, right? So that can be increased to some other size, right? So I need to pass that tab size, so that as an argument. So if I increase that, so look at the tab space will get increased, right? So the t size is getting increased, right? Instead of having the normal tab size of 8, so it goes with defined argument, right, which is 10 size of tab, right? So that is what tab expand tab is. Text dot, let's go for the next function. So find, right? Find is another function, right? It finds for the particular expected string here, right? You need to give some substring here. and we have optional parameters also. Yes, so it has to be printed like, so print off, then only it returns the proper value. So find of engineering, right? So this will have a meaningful response. So text dot find of engineering, no, something is wrong. So let's check for the actual returns. Such as a string for the specified value and returns the position of where it was found. Yes, then it has to return, yes, it has to be printed like, so let's go for this. Okay, let's go for some other text so that we can view the proper information. Let's take okay, next one, x equal to text dot find of, I need to search for a string called, so string, we all know that it can be given with single quotation, double quotation, and also triple quotation. 3 support is there. Okay, so I need to print dx. Yes, now it reprints. So there are some syntactic things that needs to be followed when we use certain functions, right? So to find the actual method, because it returns the location, and because it has to be an integer value, right? 18 is an integer value because 18 is 5. It takes white space as 1 character, 6, and here engineering, and then followed by that one space from one white space, and followed by the college word. So it is an integer value, it has to be received, and it returns an integer value, and it has to be taken printed. So this is the way it has to be used, right? Certain functions needs some different type of print statements, right? So that is what find mechanism is. And then let's go for some other one, some other function. And format is it's not much needed function. Format and format map both are not needed, so it's completely out of scope, right? We don't want those functions here. And the next one is the index, because we used to have that, we need functions like that can be able to perform manipulation of a string, so we don't want that format and format map and all, right? So s dot index of index, so here this is also almost similar to your find function, right? Let's go for I'm going to search for let's take yes, so engineering returns 2. So almost it is similar to find function, right? Find and index is going to be almost similar, right? So because that there it returns an integer value, and it has to be taken into an integer variable, and then it has to be printed, whereas here it directly prints, right? So text of index, right? It search for the index of the given string, right? Okay, next one is text dot. There are plenty of functions that supports. Here this is the function that checks for whether the string has all alphanumeric characters, right? So E is alpha, right? E is all alphanumeric, right? So it just it doesn't accept any argument. So if you want to check for any alphanumeric characters, let's take to make sense, I'll go with some alphanumeric characters. Let's take 1 2 3 as my string, and I'm going to have this all dot is all. So I'm going to check for yes, it is true, right? So alphanumeric characters. Now all my string characters are alphanumeric, right? And let's go for some other function. So what are the other functions that support here? And check for alpha also, right? So let's take it checks for whether my string is having all alpha characters, right? So it purely depends, right? So it doesn't check for, let's take I'm going to check for yes, so f dot is alpha function, where it is alpha, yes, here it is, yes, it is true, right? So this is what alpha characters. And let's take text dot, and and I'm going to check for some other function. Let's take ASCII characters, right? So all the functions which is related to this will return it is all functions are Boolean functions. Either it returns true or else false. It checks the string and it returns whether it is the respective function or not, right? It returns true, right? It is a ASCII character, right? And text dot, let's go for some other function, and what is that? It is a decimal. It checks for decimal values, right? So let's check for decimal values of this. It returns false. We'll go for checking of r string. So r string uh, is decimal, right? Because 1 2 3 is a string, right? It's a decimal. Yes, it is true, right? Okay, then go for the next one. Text dot, or rather some digit is digit, right? So it will show false, whereas we can go for r string which returns true, right? Is digit. Yes, it returns true, right? And text dot, go for the next function. What is that? Here it is an identifier. It checks for the identifier. We all know that it is a variable, right? So we can say it is a variable or not, right? So it should follow the rules of an identifier, right? We all know that what are the rules of an identifier, right? So it is false because it includes spaces, right? Text is a string. It includes spaces, so spaces are not permitted in case of an identifier, so it doesn't involve in the rules of identifier. So we need to follow the rules of an identifier. Let's go for some examples to make sense. So let's a equal to, we all know that identifier cannot be created with with numeric values as the starting string. So here a dot, it checks for is identifier function. Yes, it returns false. But instead a equal to, let's take I'm going to have name. Name is a proper variable, proper identifier value. So it follows all the rules. So it checks for a dot is identifier. It returns true, right? So instead a equal to, let's take, I'm going to start up with underscore a dot is identifier. It is true. This is also permitted, but it should not start with, let's take to underscore name, because in Python we all know that it should not start with numerical value, right? Okay, let's go for some other and space is also not permitted, right? We have meaningful variable names, name underscore name person, a dot is identifier. No, it is a false, whereas we can have some underscore between those variables, so that it will be underscore person a dot is identifier. It returns true. So this is how it checks for the validity of rules of a particular identifier, right? So you can define any string and check for whether that string is a proper identifier, whether it follows the proper identifier's rules, right? So that is what the next function. And next one is text dot, and identifier is lower, right? So is lower is it converts the string to lower cases, right? So it checks for whether it is a Boolean function. It checks for whether your string is all characters in the string is a numerical lower case letters or not. Let's check for some good examples, right? Let's take a equal to, so I'm going to have okay, and a dot, it returns true or not, right? So this is some other function, right? So this is lower, it checks for is lower, right? So is lower now it should return true, right? It returns true, right? So lower is a function that will be an upcoming function. Lower is a function that converts whatever the string you have supplied. It converts all the characters into lowercase letters. That's why now it returns true. So if I go for here this show, now it returns false. E is lower, yes, it returns false, right? Okay, go for the next one. A dot, what are the other support functions? E is numeric, E is printable, and E space, right? E is numeric is, so it checks for whether no, it is not numeric, right? So that is what it returns, right? So it's almost similar to E is digit, right? E is digit or E is decimal, right? Your string may be containing 1 2 3. Let's take I'm going to have this 1 2 3, and A dot is numeric is another function that checks for whether your string characters are in numeric characters or not, right? So that is what the function of E is numeric is, right? A dot. Next function is and printable. This is another important function. This printable is nothing but, so let's go for some good example. So text equal to, and here I need to check for whether the string that is stored can be able to print, right? So that is what the mechanism here. And let's take here, this is an example. Yes, so text dot is printable. Can it be in a form of printable one? No, because /n cannot be printed, right? And it accepts another argument also. So text dot is printable. Okay, because this is not the function. We have one more function. In that it accepts 2 arguments. So you can print /n also, right? You can give that also. That will discuss later. So this is a function that returns whether it is a printable function or not, right? So printable string or not, right? If you have just a word here, right, and text dot is printable, it returns true, right? So this cannot be printed, right? So because we have new line characters available in our string, right? So that is what the meaning is. And let's go for the next one. Text dot E space is title, right? So E space is whether your string having the string, whatever the string that is passed, does it contain entire string available in the entire string what you have used is having spaces or not, right? So string dot E space, right? True. So whatever because in my string it is empty string, it doesn't have any characters, it just holds only the spaces, right? So whereas if it, because it is a boolean function, right, so it returns true or false. And I have text dot E space, so it returns false. So that is what the mechanism here is. And let's go for the next one. Text dot I'm going to check for printable E space. E is title, E is upper, right? So E is title. So here it just checks for whether whether it follows the title case or not. Title case, we all know that it should be, the first character should be capital. And here let's take for some other example. Here text dot is title of, right, it returns false. The first character checks for the rules of title case, right? So whether the first character in the string supplied is having the first character as capital character, right? So that is what the mechanism. And let's go for the text of. Next one is E is upper. It's almost similar, right? So whether the it returns false, because text what we have is all the characters in the string is upper character or not. So that is what the mechanism. So text equal to, let's say I have Kongu, here all characters are capital characters, and E is upper, right? I'll check for E is upper. Now it returns true, right? So that is what it checks for. All these supporting functions of string all are related to text processing, right? So whatever I want to do, I can able to do with all these support functions, right? So text dot, next one is join, right? So join is another important function, right? So it's a iteratable function, right? So it returns an list, right? So look at, so here when you see join is a join the elements of iteratable to end of the string, right? So look at here join iteratable, it has to be iteratable one, right? Concatenate any number of strings, right? Let's take I need to pass I need to have a list, right? First let's take I have a list, because we all know that iteratable either it has to be a tuple or else dictionary or else a list or else set, right? You have to pass anything that should be part of argument. Let's take, I'm going to have list, my list contains 3 elements. Now text dot okay, let's have some other name, join of lst. lst is not defined, so test is not defined. Okay, let's okay, now this will work. Test dot join of lst. So Kongu Indian Engineering Indian College, so it will join with the character what you want to, because it will use a separator, right? So it's not a separator, it is each character will be added to each value in the list, right? Look at, so test is having the value called Indian, and that is going to be attached to each element in the list, right? List is having 3 elements, right? And each character, each element in the list is going to be added with whatever the string I am going, whatever the string that is going to be used for it, right? Let's take here list is having 3 elements, and test is assigned with the value of Indian, and this Indian is going to be attached to each element of the list, right? So that is what the example. Let's see some good examples here. Another example, let's take A is holding the value of let's take good morning. Okay, and I'm going to have a list here, list equal to I'm going to have Raju, and I'm going to have Ram, and I'm going to have Sita, and I'm going to join all these, right? And here A dot join of LST is the list I'm going to pass. Look at Raju, good morning. So Ram, good morning, and Sita, right? So here Sita. Okay. For Sita, it has not joined. Okay, let me check with that example. Why Sita good morning is not joined with the last element of the list, right? So let me check out. Okay, we'll move on to the next one, because there is plenty of plenty of functions that exist, right? Next one is to the end of the string. Yes, right. Okay, next one is ljust. So returns a left justified version of a string, right? So returns a left justified version, right? we need to define the width, right? So ljust, right? So txt dot, so I'm going to have a function called ljust. Yes, ljust. Here it accepts width, right? So width is the important one, and it automatically assigns the string to left justify, right? Width is going to be, let's take, I'm going to have 100 as a width, right? And it has to be because this will not, because since it is left justified, it has to be printed with some different format, so that we can able to test whether whether the justification is properly applied or not. So text dot ljust of 100 comma something has to be printed here, right? Let's take from Tamil Nadu. Look at the Kongu. There is a 100 space, right? Not 100, 95 space will be there here, right? So this is a 95 space, and because this five characters will be occupied by the content in the string, and this is the joining, right? It's almost like a joining, right? Concatenation. So from Tamil Nadu, or Kongu from Tamil Nadu. So this is how it works, right? Left justified, right? Next function is text dot lower. So this makes your function, this makes your string to lower function. There is lower characters, so very simple function. And text dot, and I'm going to have lstrip. So this is lstrip is another function, right? Let's take, I have a function with the value called Kongu and with some, okay, I'm having some function with a function from some string with more spaces. Let's take text dot, it has to be printed like print of text dot, since it is because it has to be meaningfully printed so that the effect may be absorbed, right? Dot, the function is lstrip, so it doesn't accept characters, comma look at it has stripped the left spaces, right? Actually in the text defined, in the string defined, I have spaces in front of Kongu and next to Kongu also, right? There are set of number of characters. I don't know how much number of characters I have defined. This spaces has been trimmed, right? And this space is still there, right? The space right to Kongu is still there, but left to Kongu has been trimmed, right? So that is what lstrip is, right? So that is the function of lstrip. And let's take the next function. Okay, since it is you need to scroll down, we'll go with this. So make trans. So make trans is the function that is useful for replacing of defined characters, right? Okay, let's check for, let's close this ideally, because we can't able to clear that ideally function, so ideally screen. So let's open a new ideally, right? Okay, now will be easy to work. Okay, next I'm going to take, I'm going to have this Kongu Engineering College. Next I want to, because in this function it is going to return a translation table to be used in translations, right? So make translation. So text dot make transition of, here it returns a you need to supply a string, right? So before that okay, I need to pass some what are the characters you are going to replace. Let's take, I'm going to replace it with small e is going to be replaced, and y is next thing, nothing with the next character. I'm going to replace it with f, right? Okay, next, text dot make trans of, return a translation table useful for, okay, it returns a translation table. It accepts two arguments, first one, second one. So look at, I'm going to, it returns a Unicode, right? A Unicode is nothing but E is going to be changed to F. Let's see the printable version of this function, right? Print of text dot, so it returns a table, right? Okay, it has to be stored, right? My table equal to text dot make trans of x comma y, right? And next I need to print my table. Okay, sorry, because the string has to be printed, right? Yes, it should not be my table. Okay. It has to be translate, right? Yes. Because it is a one more function that is going to be seen later. So print of txt dot translate, I think that is a one more function that support. Text dot, we have one more function called, here it is, translate of table has to be passed as an argument, so that we can have a printable version of your string, right? Look at, E has been replaced with F, right? Because two functions are incorporated, two functions are associated with this function. One is make trans, another function is translate, right? Both are interrelated, associated. To visualize the output of make trans, because this make trans will return a iteratable list and an iteratable table, and that can be visualized using this translate function, right? So this will return only Unicode, right? So Unicode is nothing but 101 will be replaced with it's a Unicode, right? 101 is nothing but the key code for E, and 102 is nothing but the code for F. So E will be replaced with F. So that is what the replaceable function, right? It returns a dictionary, right? And here it has to be translated using translate function, right? Here my table has to be passed, right? It's a dictionary, it has to be passed so that you can see the actual change in the output, right? So here all small e's will be changed to F, right? Look at double E, that is here WF will print, all the small e's in the string has been replaced with small f, right? So this is how this make trans function works, right? Okay, next one, text dot, next one, partition. Yes, partition is another function, right? So let's take let's print text so that we can see. Okay, Congo Engineering College is text. Please make a note, whatever the functions we are applying, it returns new values. It does not change, because as I already said, string cannot be mutable, right? So it doesn't change any string, it returns new values. So the string is still altered, still not altered, right? So text dot partition, right? So here partition is another function, right? So that will accept let's take I'm going to have space as the separator, right? You need to give say separator. Look at, so it will change this because based on what you are going to search, it accepts 3 arguments, right? It doesn't it returns a list, right? It returns a list. So the thing what I'm searching for here is a space, and once the space is identified, so it will search from left to right. Once the space is identified, so that space will be the first the middle element in the list, and the first because as I said, it returns a list, and the first value in the list is going to be the value which is available before the searching element, and the second element in the list is going to be the value what you want to search for, and the third element in the list is going to be the rest of the elements in the list, right? So the rest of the elements in the string. So that is what the concept here is. Let's check for text dot, so that you will be having better understanding. So text dot partition of, let's take, I'm going to search for, in this example you can able to see I'm going to search for a key, a string called engineering, right? So look at, so in the previous case I have searched for the empty space, whereas now I have searched for the key string called engineering. So it's part of entire string. Now it returns I am searching, because always the searching string will be the middle element in the list. That is it returns three values, right? Whatever the in case of your partition function, it returns a a list with three elements. The first element is going to be the the string, the part of the string which is identified as before the searching element, right? Here engineering is the element I am searching for, right? The first element is going to contain until this empty space, right? And the last element is going to be containing this empty space with the college as the last one. So it returns this is the before element, before search element, and this is after search element, and this is the second element of the list is going to be the searching element. This is how this partition function works, right? And text dot next function is, here there will be still more number of functions that exist to support, and what is that, partition we have seen, remove prefix, all those are not needed. Let's take replace, right? Replace will have this return a copy with all occurrences of string old replaced by new one, right? Let's take I'm going to replace it, but this is almost similar to your that make trans function, right? So let's I'm going to search for same E, and it has to return F, right? So let's take E comma F because it is of string. Yes, so here the same what we have done through make trans and translate function has been done through replace, right? So that is what the function of replace is, and we'll see some important functions. Next one is replace rfind. So rfind is another function, right? So which is having finding of a string right from right, right? So from right to left, it performs the search from right to left, right? And there is a function called lfind that will find the substring from left to right. So that is what rfind and lfind is. And let's see some important functions alone, because there will be plenty of functions that will be available as part of string. And r just replace, r partition, r strip. So r strip, I think we have worked with strip, I think. Yes, strip is also we have seen. Left strip is nothing but the space, right? We have seen that in the string will be there in the center aligned, and we have whatever the things you can have, right? Left right strip, left strip. So the contents what is there in the left right of your string will be stripped, right? So that is what L strip and R strip. And the split is a function. You need to specify the separator, right? So a separator, you can separate it with anything, right? It returns a list, right? So it returns a list. So let's make so split off. I'm going to have you need to specify split it with let's take, I'm going to split it with space, right? And you have one more argument. Look at it returns by space, it returns it has been split into 3, right? And if I wish to split it into 2, yes, that is also permitted, right? So you have maximum split equal to -1. So let's take separator. First separator is going to be my space, and the maximum split is, let's take, I want to split it into 2. In the previous case it has been split into 3 based on number of spaces available in the string. Now I want to split it into 2, so that Any change happened? No. Okay, let's check for that. Split off separation equal to returns list of words in the string using separator as a delimiter string. Okay, right, then fine. Okay, then does it accept? Yes. I'm going to separate it with space, and I want to have, let's take 4 number of splits. It returns same. Let's check for some other example. Let's take okay, it has to be no, it's right. Text equal to okay, text dot split off, separation has to be done, right? So I need to specify the space, any separator that has to be defined, and the maximum split I just want to split it into 3, right? It returns 4. Okay, so whatever the separator you want to specify, so it works fine, but still that number of split has to be changed, right? So let's check for this mechanism. It has to be because since it returns list, so it has to be taken to my table. Print off text of split comma 3. Is it working fine? India is no. Let me check with some other example. Okay, since it okay, let's take in this format. Since it accepts since it returns list, text dot split off comma 3. Yes, let's print my table. So I need to split it into 3, but it returns 4. Okay, let me check because there will be plenty of functions. In terms of syntax, it differs, right? So I'll check it with the proper example. Next one, rfind. Rfind searches the string for a specific value and returns the last position of where it was found, right? So last position where it was found, right? So right from right, it searches from right, And next one, rindex. Rindex is similar, right? Like index. Searches the string from specified value and returns the last position of where it was found. Because in case of index, it will find the first index. Here it will find the last index. And rjust returns the right justified version of the string. What you have seen is ljust, so it opposite to rjust, right? So we can if you go before the start of the video, you can able to see how just ljust and rjust will differ, right? So syntax, in terms of syntax, it will be same. Next one is rpartition, which is also similar. We have seen this partition function. Partition function splits the entire set of string into 3 types, right? Three elements of list. First one will contain the content, which is look at where it is partition. Yes, here it is. Congo Engineering College. The searching element is engineering, so that will be available in the middle of the list. And this is the first element in the list, and this is the last element in the list, right? So that is what the mechanism of partition here. And here this rpartition will also return a tuple where the string is parted into 3 parts, right? The 3 parts is the searching strings first part, and the searching string is the nothing in the middle of the tuple, and the last one is nothing with the string which is next to your searching string. And rsplit, splits the string at the specified separator, right, which is also we have seen, and R strip split lines, split the lines at break, right, this has to be seen, right. So let's take I'm going to have text equal to, let's take Kongu /n engineering /n college, right, that is text dot split lines. Look at this will split according to because as I said it returns list, right. So here the based on that new line characters, it will split into lines, right. So that is what the working mechanism of that is splits the string at the specified separator and returns a list, right. So it always returns a list. And split lines split the string at line breaks and returns the list, right. This is almost similar, so almost similar to split lines, right, the split function. So here txt dot split dot split lines. Here this will also do the same process, right. Split lines we have seen, right. Oh sorry, okay, split lines we have seen. And starts with, so we have seen a function called ends with, right. So it is opposite to starts with, right. So you can find for any particular character or else any particular string that starts with that particular character, right. So using that, for example, let's take text equal to, I'm going to start with exclamatory mark and good morning, and you can see for txt dot starts with of, I'm going to have this exclamatory mark. Yes, it is true. It is a boolean function that returns true, right. So true or false. And strip, so returns a trimmed version of the string, right. So we have seen L strip, R strip. The similar function is done here. So it will trim both the left part and the right part of any particular string, right. And swap case is nothing new, right. So your text, let's take, okay, India is my country, let's take text equal to text dot, I'm going to have swap case as the function. It doesn't perform, it doesn't accept any argument. So all the cases will be converted to opposite, right. So capital case will be converted to small and small case will be converted to capital case, right. So that is what for the next one. Next one, title. So title case, right, it will go with title case. And translate, this function we have already seen, which is associated with make trans, right. So which is used to visualize the conversion, because it returns in case of make trans, it will return a list, and that has to be passed into this translate function so that we can visualize the things that what that has applied as the change, right. Next one, upper, converts the string to uppercase, very simple. And zfill is another function, right. Let's take text equal to, I'm going to have this Congo as the string, and a text dot here zfill is another function. It accepts certain width. Let's take 20 as the width, and it has to be filled with 0, right. You can change it to any of the value, right. So any of the value, in the sense you can either it can be filled with 0 or as any other characters that will be user defined, right. So zfill is nothing but, so 20 width, and out of that 5 characters will be occupied by your string and the rest of the characters will be occupied by 0. By default it goes with the 0 value, right. So that is the working mechanism of zfill. So these are all the support functions of string, and using this function you can able to manipulate a lot of things using in your string. And as I said, a string cannot be mutable, right. It returns new values, and you can manipulate, you can do all the manipulations with the newly returned values, but nothing can be done with your original string, right. So let's see, let's close this session, let's close this video with this, and we'll see more things in the next video. Thank you.